Hello Drive Radio fans, Richard Rush here today with my dad, John Rush, behind the camera. And today we're going to take a look at the 2017 BMW X4, the M40i. And that's kind of a mouthful. And really, this is kind of an all-new model, I guess, for this year in terms of the M40i. It's actually replacing the Xdrive 35i that BMW kind of introduced. So this was introduced, kind of a mid-cycle refresh for them. The styling's a little bit different, but this goes in line with BMW's M series. This is their Sport Activity Coupe. I want to make sure that I get that right for you individuals out there that I know you guys BMW fans. What's new? Well, they've redesigned the M Sport steering wheel, which we'll show you here in a second. They've changed it up a little bit. Optional wireless phone charging and a Wi-Fi hotspot are available for 2017. The rest of it, for those of you that are familiar with BMW, is actually fairly unchanged from 2016 to 2017. So let's get into the meat of the car, and actually we'll give you a walk around while we're doing it. So you come to the front, has your standard BMW look to it. I'm actually, as we pull out here, I'm actually going to unlock the car to give you a look at these LED lighting. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Something that BMW does, I think personally, better than any company out there, is they've distinguished their styling. As you can see, you've got the nice Pirelli tires on here, the big wheels. Let me see if I can, those are the 20-inch M wheels. I do want to make sure I point that out, which they are a $950 option on this car. What's under the hood that makes this M40, I should say the X4, so special? Well, it's got a 3-liter turbocharged inline-6 underneath the hood that drops about 360 horsepower with an 8-speed automatic transmission. In other words, it's fast. Don't know how else to say it. We'll go in the driving portion and do our best to show you. Real quick, I do want to kind of talk about some of the options on this car. MSRP starting out, no options, $58,100, which is relatively affordable. This silver color is $700. It has the cold weather package on it of $950. The lighting package, which we showed you up front, which is those LED headlights as well as automatic high beams, for $1,900. The technology package, which gives you nav system, heads-up display, advanced RTTI, remote services, in a different instrument cluster, of $2,750. I already told you about the wheels, and the rear view camera, believe it or not, is not included. It's a $400 option, as well as the surround view camera system is an extra $750 option. A $1,000 destination charge to bring the grand total to $67,495, just under $70,000. We're here on the rear. Why don't we open up the tailgate? Again, of course, on a car of this size, you'll expect that to be an automatic. One thing I want to note, and we have these out for a purpose, want to show you how BMW has kind of pieced together these two aspects of this vehicle. So you've got the one aspect, which, let me make sure I'm getting this right. So this is their definition of a privacy shield. You put that down right here, and some of you are going to say, well, where does the other piece go? Well, it actually goes right up here. So you put this up here like this, and it clips in right there. You push that, and you're done. So wanted to show you, it's a kind of a 2-piece privacy shield. If you wanted some other cargo, you could fit that in. We'll show you when we close this what exactly that looks like, but just wanted to point that out. Real quick, in terms of the cargo capacity back here, Dad, I want to make sure I get this right. 17.7 cubic feet. Sorry, 17.7 cubic feet behind this second row. If you fold down that, which we'll show you in just a second, you get 49.4. You do have kind of a cargo management system right there. In terms of, you've got also have some more storage here, and I believe this is a tireless or spare-free system. As you can see, you've got the tire pump patch kit right there, but again, it can fit some different accessories down in there. While we have this up, Dad, let's show them what it looks like if you have it folded down. So it's actually a 40-20-40 split. You can just fold down the center if you wanted to, or you could fold down both sides, leave the center up, however you wanted to do it. Fully capable. In terms of lift height, Dad, we do want to show this really quick. It comes up about to my hip, probably about, I would say 3.5 feet off the ground or so, 3 feet off the ground. Other thing to note, really big sloping back end because of how they've designed this car. Not a con Just something that we do want to note and point out to people is that that is available. And as we mentioned really quick, I do want to show you what this looks like with the privacy shield. You can't see inside of it at all. Again, just something to note. Hopefully you're able to see that here. It's really a nice feature that BMW has offered. Actually, why don't we show them the second row seating here really quick. I'm gonna point this out really quick. Had my mother-in-law, father-in-law, actually my pregnant wife in the back seat of this vehicle on Saturday night. They liked everything about it. Their biggest complaint was this slope right here. Okay, it makes it difficult, especially for my wife being a pregnant lady, in a parking space where she can't open the door this far. She can only open it, you know, right to about here. Made it a little bit difficult to get in and out. Obviously, if the door is fully open, relatively easy to get in and out. And as a guy, it's easy. As a woman, not quite as much. This seat is set for myself and my dad by about 5'10" drivers. More than enough room. You do have a little bit, few extra inches of legroom with the indentations here. Beautiful apportionments along the side. This is, I believe, is their walnut wood interior. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that is the option. Really nice, soft leather materials. Everything you'd expect from BMW. Really beautiful. Really, really nice, and just honestly fantastic finishes. You feel like you are paying for a $70,000 car. There are 2 vents back here, and you do have heated seats here in the back in this second row, which is a really, really nice feature. I'm going to hop out and give you this last part. In our opinion, the best way to know how to describe this car, I don't think it's really made for full-size adults to go long distances for. It's just kind of a 4-seater car that's really a 2-seater, if that makes any sense at all. BMW may come back on that, and other people may come back and say, well, you Americans are just large. Well, we might be, but in our opinion, this car is meant to have 2 people in the front seat going very, very fast. So with that being said, let's show you the front seat of the BMW X4 M40i. All right, fans, here we are for the front seat portion. Before we go on a drive, I'll give you a few of the options that are available when we go for the drive. But real quick, I want to show you the apportionments that are on the door. Very similar to the back seat. That nice walnut polished wood grain right there. It's really beautiful. Some nice storage along the edge. I believe that's the Harman Kardon audio system. Their power passenger seats right here. Very nice door plates. You do get more of that nice, again, polished wood walnut look all the way throughout. Your heads-up display right here. Everything else, these are the beautiful, nice, plush, comfortable seats. I'm not sure if these are the M seats or not. I'm not entirely sure, so I don't want to comment on that. Whatever they are, very nice. Dual climate control, heated seats. You do have the heated steering wheel as an option on this car as well, which is really, really nice. The auto hold. The center stack's very easy to use, very easy to operate. Center console is here, which does have that wireless charging we mentioned. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of room there. Maybe a spot to put your phone down in there as an added option. The rest of that's very standard BMW. They haven't done a whole lot of changes. Real quick, Dad, let's show them the sunroof is open. We probably can leave that open for the drive anyways. Not a full moonroof or anything like that, but it is a full-size sunroof for the front passengers. So with that being said, we'll take a quick drive, show you the best part about this car of the BMW 2017 BMW X4 M40i. All right, fans, here we are for the driving portion, BMW X4 M40i. I'm going to actually do one of the features, which is the auto hold. We're actually down a hill, push the auto hold, let my foot off the brake. We are not in park, but it's a great feature, so I'm just going to leave it like this for a second. Real quick, I mentioned at the start, the redesigned M steering wheel for this year. It's not a whole lot of changes, I'll be honest. I couldn't really tell you. I believe before there used to be a slit right here in it, but I'm not entirely sure. I just know that it's redesigned for 2017. This is the Idrive System. They have updated a few features with this. You can go split screen, which is what's been standard before, but a little bit different look. You do have the optional Apple CarPlay as being able to get that as an option. I believe it's $300. We'll show you the surround view camera here in just a second, but Dad, real quick, the M40i gives you a few other features. It gives you front parking sensors, the M Sport and Premium package included in the rear view camera, which we mentioned already. Other options that are available on all of the X4s: driver assistance plus package, which is the safety package, so your adaptive cruise controls, cold weather package, lighting package, technology package, automated parking, and adjustable driver suspension. So with that, let's show you the rear view camera here. As you can see it right there, your parking sensors right here. I'm going to go back. You do have dynamic grid lines, which are really, really easy, really nice to see. That's one thing about BMW, is you can see everything very, very clearly without much of an issue at all. As I pull forward, I believe I do have, and actually I'll have to enable it right here. So this is our front camera view, and this is the back camera view. And I apologize, I'm not going to get it to come up. It does have the surround view camera system on it. I do want everyone to note that. I'm not sure. So I do know that it does have it because we used it this past week. So as we get going here, something to note as we get driving, again, 360 horsepower. We'll get down here is just a second when we're not on such rough ground, and kind of show you what the acceleration is like. Engine works fantastic. Relatively quiet on the interior for a car, again, with some pretty large wheels on it, 20-inch wheels, and some pretty fat tires. You've got 4 different modes. You've got Eco Pro, Comfort, Sport, and Sport Plus. And we're going to go in Sport Plus. We're going to go to our sports displays right here really quick. You can see the horsepower and torque, and we're going to let that go, and then we're just going to stomp on it. And it's a, we can't really time it, but 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds is what BMW rates this vehicle at. So something to note, this car is an absolute blast to drive. Fuel economy, if you care about such things in this vehicle, has been right around 23 miles per gallon. It's rated for, I'm just going to pull over right here, Dad. It's rated for 19 and 26. They only come in the all-wheel drive, even in the X-Drive, even though this is the M40i package. These cars only come in, at least the X4, only X-Drive, whereas the X3, the X5, the X6 have a little bit different options available in terms of the S-Drive or the X-Drive. So in terms of my opinions on this car, I like this car. I actually think my dad, believe it or not, likes this car more. I like going fast. If you're looking for a luxury vehicle, but you only need to maybe tow yourself, another adult, and maybe 2 kids, or maybe just the occasional adult in the back seat, and you like going extremely fast, this may be the car for you. It's an absolute blast to drive. I'll give you my kind of lasting portion, or lasting opinion here in a second. Dad, what did you think?
This car is just a blast to drive. Is this a car I would own? Absolutely, positively, yes. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite cars for the year. And as you can tell, I like the car a lot more than Richard does, but some of that might just be my age, knowing there's just my wife and I. Don't need to tote anybody around the back seat, don't really care. Car was nimble, quick, quiet, fast. Only downside is the ride is a little bit rough. My wife even commented on the rough ride that it has. Part of that is due to the really nice sport suspension that it's got, but what a joy and a blast to drive.
I would agree with that. I think you are correct. And having a family here before too long, I try to imagine myself putting a car seat in every car. Not going to be the case in this car. Also got reviews on the back seat, riding, I quote, like a meat wagon. But again, I think that this car is meant for the 2 people up front, going super, super fast. And I will say this, it doesn't have 400 horsepower as some other sports SUVs are going to. However, the way that they've tuned the transmission and just the engine, the way that it runs, in our opinion, is absolutely fantastic. So if you want to learn more about this vehicle, check this review out, of course. Head to your local BMW dealer, test drive this vehicle, and if you do that, let them know that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you.